If you guys are struggling to win ranked games and rank up in the new season or just win fights in general, well, today I'm going to be teaching you guys some tips and tricks to help you win more fights, win more ranked games, and of course, hit Unreal this season. I was Unreal last season and Unreal in Ranked Reload, which means I'm a pretty good fighter. So today we're going to be going into replays and showing you guys some of my thought processes when I was going through and fighting these players. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Go ahead and hit that like button if you do. Let's get this video to 20 likes. I'm giving you guys free ranked fighting tips. I deserve some likes, okay? Let's be honest. Anyways, boys, let's get into it. Alrighty, boys, so we're hopping into the first game here. One thing I just want to quickly mention before we get started with any of these fights is that my vision was very, very bad whenever recording these fights because I went to a pool like right before hopping into ranked, so my eyes were really bad from the chlorine. So if my aim is bad, that's why. I couldn't see them, okay? Anyways, let's get into it. Alrighty, so we're here at this first fight. I'm just dropping into my new spot, Shiny Shafts. I've never really landed here. I'm trying to get used to this spot because this is where I'm going to be going for tournaments and stuff. So I see that there's a rare chest right here, and I'm going to try to 50-50 this guy for it. I know that this is going to be really hard to 50-50 because it's kind of on this ledge here, and I also have a better drop. So, just 50-50. I macro the chest. I get the gun. Now, the one thing that you want to make sure you don't do in this situation is panic. A lot of people will like panic once they get the gun and like whiff their aim and then someone gets the gun and they kill them. You just want to be super calm. So I hit him 33. I see that there's a shotgun right there. I still hit him. I know he's one tap. I grab the shotgun, whiff my aim again, and then just hit him for the nice cleanup. Pretty easy. Alright, so this next fight, I saw this guy, or I heard and saw this guy right around here, so I knew he was right here, so I'm just going to be kind of lurking, I guess. I see that he's running, and that's when I knew it was kind of a perfect moment. I spray him, get him down to like 30 white health. In this situation, he could do a really nice edit and one pump me. So all I tried to do is just keep my crosshair on him. He makes this edit, which was pretty smart. I tried to edit, like pump replace, but I wasn't used to the shotgun structure damage, so it didn't break it. I still keep my crosshair on him, and I pump replace, but the one thing that I make sure and do whenever I pump replays is I have my crosshair on him as I pump replace, just to make sure that if he were to shoot it, I can shoot him. And then I just make a really good edit, really good peek, 200. Pretty easy. Also, if you guys are wondering why I only have like 4 or 5 kills in these games, it's because it is so hard to find people. I don't know if it's because like I'm at a new spot and I don't really know where people are, or if it's just because everybody's dying like first zone, but I'm not bad. I just literally cannot find anyone. So yeah, I know I look like a bot. Alrighty, so this next fight here, I'm coming in for the third party. I'm basically just kind of looking at what the players are doing here. I try to go for some opening damage. Again, I'm just keeping my crosshair on them. I see that this guy is in a pretty bad position and I can get a free beam. So I get a nasty crack on him. But something I didn't do is I wasn't really aware. I probably shouldn't have been aware that there was a kid right there. That's why I kind of got beamed. But I go ahead, I do that. Now, something that a lot of people do is they instantly just try to heal because they get panicked because they're low. The one thing is you can't do that. Instead of healing, I look for either counter damage or just to kind of look at what the player's doing. So I see that he's going down there, and then I can get a pretty free beam on him, crack him, and then I go to Bill fight this. But he drops down, so I know this guy's going to be playing pretty defensively, and then he just shockwaves. But because I know he's low, I'm going to chase. It doesn't show, but I do have crash pads in my inventory. So I'm definitely going to try to chase this because I know he's low. And I'm just going to try to get any damage I can on him. Crack him. He cracks me. I get him so low. And then the one thing, though, is that I had really good awareness. I knew that there was still another player behind me. So instead of just sitting there and popping heals, I made sure and box up. And I tried to see if I could see the player. I couldn't. I saw him hit the pad. So I threw a crash pad down, but before throwing the crash pad down, I pop a fizz. And I will say this was kind of dumb because the kid behind me just easily beams me. I probably shouldn't have popped the fizz. I probably should have just gone. Now I'm popping heals. I know that I'm out of the other kid's line of sight, so I'm just popping heals in the open. I'm trying to figure out where this other kid went. I'm refarming, you know, pretty simple. But then I see that this kid's just looking at me, so a little bit of delayed reaction time. But the one thing though is that I don't just box up. I place a wall, I sit on a right hand peak, and I look through the wall. I look through the peak while I'm healing of what is this player gonna do. I see that he's just spraying me. And then I hear a third party, I think. Now, something that I do really well is I make 2 boxes instead of just 1, because it's so much harder to fight someone with 2 boxes over 1. But I will say I did do this a little dumbly, because now he can just spray me on both walls. I probably should have created a box right here, so it would have been harder for him to spray. That's a mistake you can learn from me. Get everything reloaded. I see this guy's going up. I whip a few edits. I see he's on the wall here. Now, in this situation, this is such an easy just counter damage because he's on a stair. He's obviously not very smart. I see his skin, which I know he's bad because it's that skin. It's such an easy 100 tag on him. I look for more counter damage. I try to go for the full piece. He's out of there. I hit him low, and he ends up dying. And I hear the third party. Now, something I probably should have done here is grab the mats. I don't actually end up grabbing any of the mats. I just try to get out of there. I create 1 box, and then I'm just looking for some counter damage. Because if I'm low and I don't look for counter damage, he's just going to continuously key me. So I hit him a little bit here, which is hopefully going to pause him. I think I hear another third party, so I create 4 boxes. This is definitely a little overkill, but I just wanted to make sure I get the heals off. And then I just pop some heals. Go for the mats. That was something that I did that was really smart. I realized that I probably had some time, so I went for the mats. Look to see if I could get anything. I'm going to be honest with you, I had no clue where he was here. I didn't realize he was all the way on my tops. Then I kind of noticed it. So in this situation, what I'm just trying to do is I'm just trying to bait him. You know, he's double swinging. I can hit a nice and easy pump shot. Hit him 54. I make sure and block his shot with that wall so he can't shoot me. He misses that shot. We both trade. I'm now super low. And this fight, I think he actually died here. Yeah, he died. Yeah, he died by this kid. At this point in the fight, I kind of realized that this fight isn't really going anywhere. Just because, you know, like, I've already lost 2 kills. I'm super low. I'm shams. It's not going well. So right here, I'm just looking for some more counter damage. I'm using the Flowberry Fizz effect, though, to kind of use my movement to dodge his shots and outplay him. I'm trying to hit shots. I'm playing high ground. I hit him 77. Missed that shot. Reload my pump. And then I see that he's officially boxed up. Now, something that I do here that is really smart, a lot of people just open the edit and wait for him to edit. What I do is I set up this really smart peak, which is just like that. So cone, right hand, and you can almost always outplay someone. Obviously, I missed my shot there, but you can almost always outplay someone with that. Again, I'm looking for more counter damage. I crack him here. And then I'm playing a lot of tops. But I mean, I know he's low now. I don't know why I didn't shoot there, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was kind of dumb. Take this wall, hit him 33. He's just holding the wall. There's not quite much I can do. I also hear a car coming, so this is another third party. So at this point, I'm just trying to clean up the fight as much as possible. I just kind of hide in my cone. And then I kind of look, because, like, if you're getting third partied, a really smart idea is to look at the third party. Because that normally distracts the third party, and then you can normally get the other kill. And they also don't expect it. So I hit him 20. I've realized that this is just not going anywhere. So I go for these heals, which were, like, conveniently placed there. And then I'm pretty sure I'm out of mats here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was out of mats. So I just try to sit at an angle. I know this kid is still low, so I'm also still looking for some damage on him. I realize that this is my wall. 98, 200. Just like that. One thing, though, once I get the kill, I immediately create space so that this other guy can't shoot me. But I think this other guy ends up running away. Or I might have killed him. I actually can't remember here. But I realize that he's just camping on top, so I make sure and get all my heals off. And then I make this really smart play to hit the crash pad to go up to him. Hit him 13. Then he hits the crash pad. Pretty stupid, because I could just beam him, but my reaction time is horrendous. I see he's right there. Missed my shot. 17. I don't really know what he was doing. I saw he was building out of wood. I knew this guy was not very good. Crack him. Try to go for the full piece. I didn't get it. Take the wall. Completely whiff that shot. He hits a nasty shot right here. One thing, though, that's really smart is that whenever he was using the bug blaster, I made sure and instantly pull out my shotgun, because if that would have broken my builds, I could have pre-fired him and 200 him. So I keep it out. Unfortunately, though, I think it breaks my cone, so I'm not able to get it. I whiff the shot again, create 2 boxes, play behind 1 wall, look for a nice peek, 100, go for the full box. I don't know how I missed that shot. That shot should have completely hit. What? That, like, blanked him, I'm not gonna lie. I hear that he's popping Fizz, so I'm going to go ahead and buy some time to pop a Mini, pop some of my Med Mist. And I go for the fight. He's getting healed by his NPC, I guess. I'm basically just following my visual footsteps on my screen. I'm playing diagonal box fight. That's actually something really smart. Instead of just going on his wall right here and pickaxing, where he could easily just, like, window edit, I'm on diagonally box fighting so that he can't, it's really hard for you to fight somebody that's diagonally box fighting. So I'm just on that right hand peak. I missed that shot here. One thing I do here that's really smart is I edit reset to try to get him to shoot, but I'm just on the right hand peak. 200. Pretty easy. Alrighty, we're going into this next fight here. As you guys can see, I'm back at Shiny Shafts. I hear this kid is below me, and I want to play from the tops, not go from sides, because tops is so much better. But the one thing I do is I don't stand on this tile, because if I were to stand on this tile right here, all he has to do, or once I break this, it's going to drop me in, and then he's just going to be able to one-pump me, because his crosshair is obviously aligned on me dropping down. So what I do is I stand on the stair so that I don't get dropped in. Now I hear a third party coming in, so I'm actually just going to let these guys fight it out. And then once I hear shotgun shot, he just got insta one pumped. I instantly know it's time to fight. I play from tops, get the double edit. He places the stair right here. Go up. I go on this right hand peak, hit him 30. I'm kind of playing gun out just because I have a gun that I can play gun out with, which is the twin fire. And then I'm just kind of breaking. I know this guy's going to play defensively. Now, something that's really smart here is I pickaxe and instantly pull out my shotgun because I know he's going to try to look for counter damage. He edits a window. I pre-fire. He misses shot. 39 white. I take the wall. And I know this guy's just going to completely keep running, and this fight's going to get dragged out. So I'm just trying to look for damage as close as possible. He runs up there. 200. And then this other kill, I don't really know what this kid was doing. But I don't know, man. Good luck to you, though. Hope you hit Unreal. Maybe this video is for you, bro. Alright, so this fight right here, I'm lurking on this kid. He knows that I'm there. I know that he's there, so I'm basically just kind of lurking. I know that eventually he's going to peek, so I'm just going to kind of alpha this. I crack him. Pretty simple. Then he shockwaves. I hit him 22. And then I throw pad down. I'm trying to look to see where he is. I see that he shockwaved again. I'm going to use the revolver's range to hit him. Hit him 20 again. I also saw there was like green mist. I don't know if you guys saw that. There was green mist, which means that he's probably using the med mist. So he's going to keep on healing. Alright, so that is my bad. The guy actually ended up getting away, but we get into another fight right here. I see this kid. I'm using the car. The one thing, though, if you're in ranked and you're trying to get opening damage with the car, make sure you drive at them at an angle, kind of drift at them, because if you don't, they can shoot you through, like, they can shoot you through this. So if you drive at them at an angle, it's very hard for them to shoot at you. Very difficult. So I'm trying to do that here. I realize I'm probably not going to get anywhere with this car. I get out, block him off. Try to get high ground and some damage. And then I see right here that he creates 4 boxes. This is not necessary if you are at least over 150 HP. Look at this. I literally gave up here. I was like, bro. But then I just do this smart peek that I keep telling y'all about, like this. I see that he double edits. I hit him 54. Now, this was a really good bait technique that I did. Or not really bait. I just kind of, like, pre-fire that he was going to do this. I just kind of predicted it. This really just comes with experience of like fighting players and knowing how they fight. I saw that his blueprint was out, meaning that he was probably going to edit, not hold, because of the way his hands are. So I literally just hold 150. He maxes me 200. It's pretty easy, just like that, chat. Just like that. Alright, so we're getting in on this next fight here. I saw that he just finished up a third party. I tried to go for some damage. It wasn't really working. I built that wall just because I wanted to hit the fizz, and I wanted to make sure that he couldn't return damage me. So I hit the fizz, hit the crash pad, and then just basically key over. Now, I know because this is a third-party situation, I know he's going to be a little more lower, especially because he's popping a chug splash. So, instantly pull out. The one thing, though, because I tapped the fizz, I use the fizz to jump, because right here, he literally cannot see me. He tries to shoot, he resets, then I take the wall here, because I came down from that momentum, like I jumped up, and then on the momentum down, he reset it. I take it first try. 200. Just like that, bro. Just like that. Alrighty, guys, we're getting into the final game here. So, I see this kid. He's right there. Pretty simple. I try to go for some counter damage. I miss the counter damage. I make sure to get the tops and the wall, just in case he were to edit. If I were to edit the cone, I could reset the wall. He'd miss his shot. I see kind of what he's doing. I reload my shotgun, wait to see what he's doing. Now, one thing, though, this is called piece awareness. This is something that is super smart. It is where you're aware of what pieces are, like, edited, what pieces are yours, what pieces are his. So, before this fight even started, I saw that he edited a wall right here. So, I knew that this wall was going to be low, and it was edited, and I didn't see him reset it. So I dropped on the wall. Unfortunately, I didn't take it. He placed a cone. At this moment, I know he's going to try to edit or do something. So I literally just hold gun out, wait for him to edit. I see that he has his blueprint out. He edits the cone. Now, in this situation, I know exactly what he's going to do. Reason being, I think I think it's probably because I play this game so much that I just predict what people are going to do. I know that if I smack on his wall, he's going to insta reset that, and then he's going to edit on me. Freest damage ever. We trade a little bit, though. I pop minis. Yet again, while I'm popping minis, I kind of try to see what he's doing. I pop my big. I see that he double edits up here. 100. I hit him, get him super low. I was a little lost in this situation, I'm not gonna lie, but I see that he resets down here, and that was just a free kill. I'm not gonna lie, that was just a free kill. Though I did hear the third party, so I made sure and create another box just in case I need to get to this. I kind of tarp through this just to make sure that whoever this third party is can't get anything on me. As I'm popping some heals, I'm chilling, and then I hear that mantle sign, that little whoop. That means that this kid is probably gonna try to get aggressive on me. So I'm gonna go back to my main box. I see where he is. He drops on my wall, and then he just kind of like stands there. I don't really know what he was doing. Alrighty, boys, we are getting into our next fight here. I hit the supernova thing to get right over here. Now, the one thing that I know with this Wrecker Revolver, I know that if I ADS and shoot him, it's going to deal a crap ton of damage. So I don't try to get close. I hit a nice little 68, and then I spray him to crack him. Now, I know that I have to finish up this fight so fast because this other kid is keying in, and I don't want him to get the kill or third-party me. So all I do is I claim some stuff. I edit the wall. 200 it. Now, because there's a stair and a wall right here, I know that he's probably not going to be able to get on me pretty easily, especially because he has his pickaxe out, and like, if you're in game, you can actually see this. It's a lot harder to explain, but I just run in here, I try to grab all the mats, and then I get out. I hear this guy's building, so I try to, get a little fancy and build fight this guy. I see that he boxes up in two, so I just play tops. I do that same peek again, and then he goes for an edit. Now, I'm going to yap here, but because I really want y'all to learn from this. This is the freest thing ever. I can see basically his whole body whenever I go to jump, and all he can see is my head whenever I go to jump. But here is what I'm going to tell y'all. Here's where he made the mistake. This would have been a really smart play if this wall didn't look like this, okay? As you guys can see, look. Oh, well. Like, as you guys can see, right? He can only see my head. I can see his whole body. Now, here is where this would be a really good edit choice. If the wall was a 4-tile edit, kind of like this, okay? I'm going to show you all this. If the wall was like this, let's say that I'm right here and he's down here. If you hide behind the wall right here, this is so hard to peek fight against. So if he would have just had this wall as a 4-tile edit and hid behind it, W peek. W peek. But in my situation, I just hit a nice 100 tag, spray in there. I get it, mess up the edit. I try to break this. I see he edits out that way. 54 white. I know this kid's probably just going to run. This kid, I think, just ended up running. The one thing, though, that I know is that this rec revolver has a lot of range on it. So as I'm crash padding, I'm trying to shoot him. I guess I missed that shot. 25. I hit this. He shoots out his crash pad, so I use one of my own. I see he's right there. Missed that shot again somehow. Hit him 25 again. 25 again. He hits another one. 200 out of the sky. GG. Because Flowberry Fizz is back in the game, if you're going to hit this railing over here at Supernova, you should definitely try hitting the Flowberry Fizz first, because you guys are going to see how far I end up going. Ready? Pop it. Look at how far I end up going. Normally you land down here. I go all the way over here, and this is how we actually end up starting the next fight. I see that there are 2 kids fighting and a third party. Instead of mainly focusing on the 2 kids fighting, I go for the free beam, which is going to be this kid. Cracked him. Because he's low, I'm going to go ahead and chase him. Break his car. Pretty easy. Now, I realize that he's just going to keep running with his car. So I'm going to kind of focus it a little bit. But he just kind of runs. There's no point. And there's a fight right here. So let's just third party this. So I get on down. Now, okay, I'm going to replay this because I was kind of talking a little bit. But I want you guys to hear the shot, the audio, okay? You guys are going to hear, what the fuck? I want you guys to hear the audio of what guns they're using. Ready? Wait for it. Yeah, I'm actually going to mute. Frick. So you guys can hear there's a lot of shotgun audio, which normally means they're in a 1-tile radius, which means the fight is definitely going to be over. I hear one of them get eliminated, so I try to get in. I claim that. I keep doing that! Fudge! Alright, so I end up claiming the wall here. I'm basically just playing tops. I know this guy's going to be low, so I'm not too afraid to kind of make stupid peeks to try to get him killed. I'm basically just playing on his walls, just trying to get him to shotgun shoot. I get on his wall. I kind of knew he was going to go for a right hand, so I go on this side. I jump, he resets. Now, I'll say right here, he makes a very good peek where he full boxes me. I'm not going to lie, he goes crazy. But the one thing I notice is that he doesn't have a cone in his box, which means all I have to do is replace the wall. Edit this, he hits a pre-fire of his life, but I place a stair, which now that's in his box. I take the wall, he ends up getting out, he tries to go for counter damage. I realize that this kid's actually going to be decent, so I box up, I pop a big, and I'm just kind of watching what he's doing. Obviously, I can't see him right here, but I can hear that he's popping a big. I'm going to pop 1 tap of Flowberry to give myself health and the low grab effect, and then I'm just playing tops. Pretty simple. He edits. 35. I try to get in there, trying to kind of see what he's doing. Waiting for him to edit. I realize he's created 2 more boxes. Try to get in. I realize that there is a third party because I can hear that stupid, like, swarm strike or whatever it's called. Again, I'm just trying to bait him to edit here. He edits, I try to take the wall. Now, one thing is another just predicting thing. If you try to take the wall, you miss. They're always going to try to edit back on you. I knew that, so I just place a stair. Go for some counter damage. 100. Reload my gun. I'm getting kind of grief by this guy, so I realize I'm going to kind of have to finish the fight kind of quickly here because we're getting third-partied. I get caught in his piece a little bit, so I make sure and get out. And then I'm on his wall here, just trying to get him to bait edit. I realize that he's also getting third party as well. Then I just get cracked here by this bum who keeps doing this, so I have to box up and heal. Again, I'm just kind of watching them. Now, I can hear and see through the cone and stuff that he's going to start fighting. You can hear it, obviously. So in this moment, I just get my stuff reloaded, and I go for the fight. I hear shotgun and spraying. I realize one of them died. I hit a tap of fizz. Pop this. Probably wasn't the smartest idea to throw down crash pad. I get up on the wall. I take it. Miss that shot. Probably because of my eyes. Take the wall. Miss that again. Wow. Okay. I make sure I noticed that he didn't have, before this, I don't know if you guys saw that, he didn't have a floor in here, so I make sure and get the floor, just because that's just peace that I can have. Making sure he can't get out there. This guy is just playing full passion, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. At this point where he just runs out like this, I realize he's probably getting tired of this fight and low on mats. Because if you're not tired or low on mats, you're probably going to build. So I knew this was just going to be a free kill at this point. 100. This kid's probably just getting done. I try to get the piece right there. I don't get the piece right there. I knew he was going to edit here. I'm not going to lie, though. I did something stupid where I tried to pickaxe this wall. It wasn't going to break, and he had a really nasty shot. But I'd return with some counter damage. I took the wall, and then what I do here? Oh, yeah, I did that. I edited it, and then I reset it for him to shoot it so that he now has shotgun delay. I hit him 25. I go up, and then I've realized because he's so low, I'm also so low. And if I were to heal, my heal is going to be a little quicker than whatever he's healing with. So I see that he pops a mini. And some flowberry. Replace that. This kid's made another more boxes. I slide the floor in there. Take this, and now I have both of it. 200. And then I hit the emote, because, like, you know. Alright, so as we're going into these final few fights, I just want to quickly say, once you have all of the medallions, especially in a ranked game, because of how the movement is messed up, a lot of these fights aren't going to be your, like, standard build fights. They're mainly just going to be you kind of trying to outplay people. So a lot of these fights aren't really skill with, like, building. They're just kind of smartness. I see this kid here. He hits me. Unfortunate. He gets out of the car. I hit him 56. He boxes up in one box. And realistically, all I'm just doing here is I'm just using the movement to kind of outplay him. I jump up. I try to take this wall. I don't get it. I take the wall. Try to go for it. He goes out. Now, the one thing, though, that I do really smart here that we're actually going to go ahead and check out. So when he edits out right here, I make sure that instead of standing kind of right around here, because if I'm standing right here, yes, I have a better angle on him, but he's also going to have a really good angle on me. Right here, he literally can't even see me, and I can still see his toes. So I just made sure, because he can easily one-pump me here. Like, it's pretty obvious. I'm, like, 120 health. He could easily one-pump me here, so I have to take safe peeks. I hit him 37. I go from a different angle. In this situation, though, I knew he was going to try and full piece this, so I just kind of get out. Now, I saw that this wall was one shot, so I just jumped in, completely whiffed the shot, and spray, hit him 100, and I know that he's going to be low, but I also got hit, so one thing I do is I use the movement medallions in the box to try to outplay him, and then just clean up the free kill. Alright, so this next fight here, it was pretty standard. I saw that there was a car right here. I just go to key this. I see this kid's just camping right here. He tries to run. His shockwave kind of fails him. I get shocked up, cracked. This kid, I don't know what he was doing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no clue what that kid was doing. Loot up the body. We hit the shockwave. I see that this kid's in a car. So I'm gonna kind of chase him. The one thing that I know is that this also happened last season with the medallions is that if I just spray, slide, jump, spray, I'm going to eventually catch up with this car. So I just sit here and spray it. So hopefully he gets out. I think he realized that there was another car right there. I hit him 37, 100 cracked. I also get in the car because I don't want him to get out. I try to spray him a little bit with the shotgun. Didn't work. He ends up getting out. 200. And then I hear that I get shot by this guy. I don't know who this kid was thinking he was. He Shock's on me. I hit him 27. I saw what his skin was, so I kind of knew that he was going to be bad. I'm sorry, but if you wear, like, a skin like that, I know you're just going to be bad. Cracked him. 200 out of the air. Just like that. Right here, I saw that this kid went behind here, and I see that he's not going for damage, so he's probably just going to try to camp. I try to look to see where he is. I see he's right here. 100 on him. Cracked him again. And then what I do here is I'm just trying to break, get some damage on. Now, I know that he's in this cone and in this wall, so I can easily take this wall without him doing anything. And then I go to take the cone. I thought he was actually going to edit, so I pulled out my shotgun. But I take the cone. Now, something that I did really dumb here is that I just edited the cone. I should have edited the cone and reset. He was able to get a really nice pre-fire. I should have reset that so he shot the wall and then killed him. All it does is just means that I took damage in that fight. Alright, so we're starting out this next fight here. I see this guy is building up. I'm just kind of blocking him off, getting some peace in there. I get the double it down, 160. And it was just free. It was just free. It's a 1v1. I knew I was going to win this game. I see where this kid is. He's camping. He's on edge of zone, so I go to key him. I'm not... Fudge! Alright, let's try that again. So I see this kid here. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not expect him to just do a double edit instantly. I hit him 28. I try to block him off in zone. And then this is where I probably do the biggest sell ever. I jumped backwards, and I thought I had fall damage immunity. So I kind of fell down, and then I just died to fall. And the game ended. And this little guy got the freest win of his life. So, yeah. Don't sell like me. So yeah, guys, those are some tips to help you guys win more ranked games, win more ranked fights, and overall, just rank up and become a better fighter. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. If you did, go ahead and comment down below what you guys learned, and I'll be replying to you guys. Hopefully this video helped you out, and let me know if you guys want more content. Let me know if you guys want more, like, ranked fighting help tip content like this. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys learned. Hopefully this video helped you out. Make sure you guys go and hit that like button. 20 likes, better happen. Subscribe so we can get to 5K subs. We should get to 5K subs in a week, I would say. Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, you guys better lock in. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm just kidding. But let's try to go for it, eh? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.